All right, guys, what's going on? So this comes out the other day. It's Elon Musk, and he's talking. He's talking at all sorts of different places. And he's talking about taxes. And what he's saying is very true. When you work, you get taxed. When you buy something with the money you just paid tax on, you get taxed. You buy a house, you don't really own it, you're renting it. You're paying a property tax. You don't pay that property tax, they'll take that house away. Also, if you don't pay your water bill, they'll take that house away because water is federal. If you do anything at any point in the game, whether you're working, you're buying something, maybe you have a business. If you have a business, let's say you're selling hamburgers and you buy, hamburger patties. When you buy those hamburger patties, you get taxed. Then you sell that hamburger to, your customer. You're charging that customer a tax because you're getting charged a tax on selling that hamburger. You're basically getting taxed all the way around from beginning to end, and taxes doesn't stop. And a lot of people are having a hard time making it because of taxes. It's always been that way, and taxes keep going up. If you live in certain states, they keep raising the property tax, so it's harder and harder to either buy a house, or if you own a house, to live in that house and pay the property tax. That's why people will buy a house in a certain neighborhood. They use it for the school system, and then after their kids leave the school system or they graduate from high school, they call it downsizing. They basically sell that house and move into a smaller house. What they're doing is they're selling that house and moving into a cheaper house. They're moving into another area that has cheaper property taxes because the taxes never stop. Florida is trying to abolish or get rid of property taxes, at least for the home that you live in, your primary home. So hopefully they will do that. Places like New York and New Jersey, where I'm from, New York, they never stop raising the property tax. The property tax just every year gets higher and higher and higher. Also, your electric bill gets higher and higher and higher. Your water bill gets higher and higher, all due to taxes. The taxes keep going up. The city raises the taxes. The state raises the taxes. It's a never-ending crusade to raise taxes. They never lower them. And that's what you're seeing. So, other people have spoken about this. He's speaking about this. Personally, I feel there should be no property tax. You should buy your house and you should own your house. You really don't own your house. You're renting your house from the government. That's what that tax is. And then taxes on everything. From, everything you buy, everything you sell. I remember years ago when I used to do online stuff, it was like a big deal because it was online and there were no taxes. And I think now, if you get money from like a PayPal or whatever these apps are, they take some tax out of that. Somehow you have to do a tax. I know that if you have a YouTube channel or any of these channels that are monetized, they send you a tax. You have to pay taxes on that money no matter what it is. So I thought this was interesting. I figured I'd put this out there. Let me know what you think about taxes. You should get if you work a job and they take taxes out of your money from that job, then you have to pay a sales tax on everything you buy. They really should do something about that. You're really getting taxed every which way, and that is alarming. And they claim that all the taxes you're paying aren't enough to pay for all the things that they do or they want to do. So as much as you're paying in tax, it's still not enough. And on the flip side of that, as far as income tax goes, only half the country pays income tax. So it's kind of astounding to think about that, but only 50% of the United States actually pays a income tax, where they get a check, and out of that check there are taxes taken out of it. Income tax. The other half don't pay taxes. There's a big part of the country that does not pay income tax. It's incredible. So that is it. I figured I'd share it. Why not? It's a nice story. I like the way Elon put it. People have been saying this way before Elon Musk, but Why not? Write your legislative, write your representatives. I would tell them you got to do something about taxes. All the, you know what's weird is they keep raising your taxes, but they keep sending more money overseas. They keep sending more money to all these foreign countries. If they weren't sending all this money to all of these places, maybe you could get a break on your taxes. But whatever, that's another story. And that's it. All right, let me know what you guys think. Please leave a comment, because I love to read your comments. And with that being said, I hope everyone's doing well. Everyone's staying safe. God bless you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.